Welcome back, pontificators. Just made that up, trying to get a thing going. So, thank you for joining us again for our weekly episode of Pontificating Podcast. Thank you for joining us again, because you came back last week for season 2. And now you're back again. So I like this consistency. That really
again.
That really is the key, consistency. Let's not waste your time. Let's jump right into it. Let's blame it on that man who won the mayoral election. So Salone, what did Mayor Adams do to you this week?
What didn't he do to me this week? But I was really considering like why I'm not again, let me just keep this light because my OB for those who joined last week, I'm pregnant, I'm 20 months, y'all already know. He said no stress, keep it light, and I'm really upset with him because I'm not a vegan, you know what I mean?
Fair.
Listen, if anything feels like it's his fault,
you not a vegan.
That is it. Yeah, I'm like, wait. How you have a whole cookbook, this, that, and the third, health nut, like, and then you telling people that you're a vegan, and I'm like, oh, so that's really good. And I was like, wait. So you're at a restaurant eating fish, and you don't think that nobody's gonna find out that the restaurant take pictures and put that shit out there? Like, what is going on with you? So, I really, again, keeping it light, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how can we entrust you with anything else if you can't?
With the keys to the city.
I mean, how? You lying about that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not a vegan, and I should just give it up, give it a fucking rest, because my mayor out here lying to me. It don't even matter. Nothing matters.
Lauren Hill and D'Angelo.
Facts.
Neither matters.
Yeah, that's it.
Kai, what did Eric do?
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what Eric did to me, right? Because we spending billions of dollars as we, on the NYPD beat you down. That's my neighbor trying to get in. Anyway, the NYPD beat you down, right? We spending billions of dollars. However, what the fuck is up with Atlantic Avenue going towards Pennsylvania, the 3rd lane? Like, why is it? Why is this shit still fucked up? It's given fuck your shock system up. If you are, I ride in a truck. Me and my family, we ride in trucks. I don't understand what somebody in a 4-door sedan will do. It's given fuck up the entire bottom of your, it doesn't make sense. So it's like, why don't you shut down Atlantic Avenue? Fill the holes in, make the road smooth, my nigga. Because why do you have to be bumping like the entire Atlantic? I don't understand
the entirety of it. It doesn't make any sense.
It's fucking up. It's fucking up my neurological system. Like, I can't ride in a car without having some type of trauma. So it's like, what are you really doing? Like, I need you to break the chains. You know what I'm saying?
It's upsetting me and my homegirls that I can't have a peaceful ride down Atlantic Avenue.
Why can't you cruise down Atlantic? Because it's a cruising street.
It should be.
It should be.
Avenue.
It should be.
However, you can't cruise. And now it's making it so. Eric is making it so you can't even cruise in the middle lane.
Nope.
You can't.
No.
And you can't be in the first lane on Atlantic because it's double park central. So it's given. Sir, what are you doing?
Eating fish.
Eating fish.
Being a socialite out here.
Okay, Jason. See, I'm not. The fish don't upset me because I call myself a pesca vegan.
Okay, so all right.
That's not what he doing. He a liar. I'm a pesca vegan. He a goddamn liar. So I'm just, Keoma, can you tell the people about our Subway series?
it is also a subcategory to blaming it on Eric Adams, because obviously everything that happens on the subway is also his fault. It is also his fault.
Correct.
Let me tell you.
Amen.
I live in the hood, right? My train station, where I gotta get off, that's the hood. It upsets me when I go into the train station and I see these police officers that are pretending not to be police officers. They're supposed to be undercover. But my man's is wearing a New York Yankees jersey with a Mets hat. And black Air Forces.
That's telling. That's a dead giveaway. Come on now.
That doesn't spew violence.
Come on.
Well,
right.
You are asking. You are.
That's entrapment.
You came here to fight. That's what you did. You came here to fight because your whole everything. It's giving low vibration. It's giving low vibration. So it's just like, I get to the train station at like 7 a.m. 7 a.m. You woke up and you chose violence at 7 a.m. sir. Why? We're all just trying to get to work or school,
right.
But we got to be subjected to that. Black Air Forces, but you trying to blend in with that guy by wearing a New York Yankees jersey and a Mets hat. That's like being in the hood and wearing a red shirt and a blue hat. You are asking for it. You're asking for it. Why are you doing that? And it's all Eric Adams' fault. Again.
See, if they took the money to, all right, I don't even know I'm going with this.
Right.
Hey. See, if they took that 1 point or 5 point whatever billion.
Right, they can at least have a matching uniform of the Yankee fitted.
It just makes more sense. Yeah, it's odd.
It is ridiculous.
The only people that wear a New York Mets hat in New York are people that have Confederate flags and the American flag outside of the Tudor.
Now.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And not a Tudor, but a Tudor, like Tudor house.
A Tudor house.
You know what I would blame on Eric? I mean, it's a subway thing.
It's a subway thing.
Also, is Eric's okay?
Mm-hmm.
So y'all know I get off late. So my mother gave me a taser because I had a car, and just in case somebody in the back trunk, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I get off of work. I'm a little smiz. Had too many shots, but I'm alert. So I get on the train. I'm on a queue, going where I go. To Manhattan. No, I'm on the queue going home to Brooklyn. And I get to Brooklyn and then I see this handicapped man. He looked like a handicapped crackhead. But he dressed kind of okay because he's in an all jean outfit. So I said, this handicapped crackhead got, he got money. I don't know, what do we call we call them disabled. Whatever the Google that for me. But whatever the correct term for a
person with disability.
A person with disability, because we can't call him handicapped anymore. But this man, he had a an erect elbow. It was just like close to the body. He couldn't move it much. So I see him struggling to get on the train, and then there are other seats, but he sits by me, even though he could have skipped the seat next to me and sat in the other seat. But I feel like he needed the body weight of another person because he was, something.
I was just gonna say that you were his crutch, his support.
It was a defect of sorts, right? So I said, whatever. I'm reading my book and I'm minding my business, but I got my taser in my other pocket as I'm reading my book, and I said, just in case, Jesus, just in case. So he's pushing into me with the erect elbow, and I said, Ty, you cannot be upset with this man for his own biological things. Like, he can't control it. It's fine. He's leaning into you, but you should be a pillar of the community. Of the community, you should be a pillar. Don't get upset. So I'm reading my book angrily because this book is also upsetting me because I said, what the fuck is this book about? But let me finish it. So I'm reading the book. I'm like, whatever. He keeps pushing into me. He's moving. He smells like cracking cigarettes. And I'm just like, all of the Aries power in me, because I'm an Aries and I will fight a nigga. So I said, be evolved. So I don't say anything. I'm just reading my book. I have my headphones in and I said, Lord, help me. Jesus be strength. And then I get up from my stop. I stand up to get up and he said, oh, with that fat ass. And I am Eric, listen, I shouldn't have to ride a train and be afraid of tasering some crackhead handicapped nigga who is pushing up on me, invading my personal space. I am going to be the bad person because I will be on the news for tasing a handicapped, small, cupped up fucking elbow nigga.
With that fat ass.
He used his
yes,
ability
he did.
advantage. I'm telling you. Because he's like, she's not gonna say nothing. And he knew.
He knew. But
he knew. He ain't gonna say shit.
In times of duress, sometimes you gotta be stiff. What they said in the craft? Light as a feather, stiff as a board. You gotta be light as a feather, stiff as a board. And I said,
oh my God.
I'm ready to explode on this train.
That is so funny.
But I can't. I thought about that. I said, you can't be on the news.
It's the good human in you.
It's
a good human in you.
That is funny.
Because if that wasn't a is it just me or moment, I don't know what the fuck else was. Because you have those moments you're like, is it just me? Or should I taste this crackhead nigga?
I mean, sometimes you gotta do it. But speaking of, is it just me? Is it just me? That's another segment we got for y'all. We just pulling out a whole this is what we was creative this summer.
Christmas.
We had our thinking caps
as promised.
On. We had our thinking caps on. So I'm gonna kick it off for y'all. Is it just me? Or do libraries don't be having books?
Oh,
don't be having any books.
Oh no.
They don't be having any books. So I have a Kindle, right? So you would think that a what are they called? A web book? No, that's not the right word.
An ebook?
An ebook. There you go.
An ebook. I'm like
an ebook. You would think that ebooks should be more available, right? Like you shouldn't, because all you gotta do is download the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Library. Why is that so hard? So, New York Times, they always have like their, new releases and all these things like that. And the New York Public Library also is supposed to coincide with the new releases and, the bestsellers or whatever. Every goddamn time that I want to check out a motherfucking book, an ebook at that.
Ain't got it.
Ebook. It's either on hold for 365 days, 525,600 minutes, or they just don't got it. It's just like, we can't find that.
I'm sorry. And this might sound dumb, but how do they not have an ebook? Isn't it like electronic? How
exactly?
It's not dumb. We don't have to overthink it. It is common goddamn sense. It's not something that's supposed to go over anybody's head. It is. Why don't you have an ebook?
Okay, just making sure.
Either way, the funding is set up.
I'll tell you why. The NIPO, the New York Public Library, they always emailing me about donations, and I feel like they don't have the gigabytes to loan out all the books. They asking me for money, and I'm like,
always asking me for money too. But
I haven't paid you the late fees. From
why would I give you $1?
Do I have money to donate?
Right.
Baby, give me the book.
I mean, they should, because listen, Wikipedia been begging me for money since God knows when.
Wiki
but they be up, they be updated. Oh God, Wikipedia. Oh
yeah,
honey.
I'm sorry, a website that the consumers update the information on.
Always ask for money. Always.
they have been begging my ass, and I mean, they still be up to date. So I don't understand why.
Do they be up to date?
But do they though? Listen, I'm not saying it's up to date with correct information, because when you scroll down, it tells you when last this was updated.
That's true.
So and it be like 26 minutes ago. And I can go on Wikipedia right now and say Tashana Maddox is Angela Bassett's third cousin removed, twice inducted.
Yes, absolutely.
Eliminated separately in the incubator. Like what?
Yeah, you can write that on there. That's fine.
They trying to tell me they don't have their GoDaddy subscription money.
GoDaddy
$69.99 a year.
Bro, they've been begging for years, and I have not done it. Not one year.
Prince asking you for wiki money.
That's not too far fetched.
Well, speaking of being well read on the internet, is it just me, or are these Twitter beefs just dumb? And here's why I say they're dumb. Hold on, I love drama. I love it. I love third party drama, as I call it.
Are you gonna talk about it
a little bit? But I just feel like when you're gonna go toe to toe with someone, y'all gotta be on the same level of intellect. I just feel like that's important, right? Like, I'm not gonna beef with like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm probably saying his name wrong. He's gonna say some celestial shit, and he's gonna say something real over my head. I ain't gonna get it. No, I'm a beef with like Rihanna, right? Like, because I think we're in the same. No. She is evil, right? But intellectually, right? I'm not saying who has the better comebacks. Intellectually,
right?
Beef in your grade level.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Okay. Because IQ level.
Yes. Because the beef grade level between Chika and Suki the Goat has been so embarrassing.
Bruh.
Embarrassing.
And Suki is giving me playground, right? And Chika is giving like, I went to college, okay? I write essays.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thesis. And it's just like, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, don't pick some. Listen, there's a lot of rappers out there who are dumb.
There's so many.
And let me say this. I'm not calling her dumb. She said she was dumb.
Correct.
She did not say she was dumb.
No, what she said is a word I'm not going to use. Because it starts with R.
She said, I'm retarded.
That's what she said about herself.
She did.
She did. So I just feel like if you know your level of retardation, pick someone else who has admitted to being there with you. It's okay. Because that'll be a fair fight. Don't you want to, right? Don't pick someone who is like a lyricist, right? And who can like put a sentence together. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many other dumb people out there to argue with. Argue with them. It will still be entertaining. I will still laugh. But it just feels like an unfair fight. And I just feel like, what are we doing, Twitter beefs? Like, also, can y'all make some damn music? Y'all out here just having Twitter. Also, listen to my last point. Why are y'all doing Twitter beefs? I just feel like it's so bizarre to me.
You know?
I just feel like, though I enjoy them, I just feel like, what are y'all doing? Why are you doing this? You're all seemingly successful women.
Boredom.
Right? And also, where are their handlers? Like, where's their people? Like,
they're not at that level to have people. They're not at that level to have people. And the ones that are, they still ignore the people that not do it. So it is with Chika and Suki, or whatever her name is. Suki inserted herself where, it did not. She didn't. Nobody asked for her, take on anything. And Chika is, like you said, she is a lyricist. Like she's nice. She's a good rapper. They're multi-talented. And she could sing around your ass, and she could rap around your ass. So the fight is when it should have never started, but I would have never replied after I use my throat for lyrics and you use yours to pay rent. I would have tapped out. I would have disabled my Twitter myself.
I think
And that's not verbatim. It's because it was something around.
Yeah, it was the you threw up on a dick on the internet. And see, here's the thing. If you know one thing about Ty, I love Twitter. My first film, I got it through Twitter. I love Twitter. I love the intellectualism of Twitter. So when I got wind on TikTok about the Twitter beef, I said, Chica, not my babe, Chica. I went on there, and then here's Suki used she used this to promote her new album or her new song. She said, which Grinch line was the most out of pocket? As if she was out of pocket. She said, 1, go retarded on the dick. I got ADD.
Intellectual.
2, good pussy. A lot of kids like Beyonce. But she meant good pussy. Lots of kids like Beyonce. But even though her name is Beyonce. 3, put this head on him, turn him to Kanye. So I think she meant put this head on him, turn him to Chianti. I'm faithful to a nigga that's married. Now, I read that and I realized
she's just problematic.
It's not she problematic. I've been saying this for years. Bring back the aristocracy. Bring back the thinkers. Because I'm in the class of the thinkers and pay me the thinker price. Yeah. And there's niggas like Suki who should just be a laborer. And I don't give a fuck.
I agree with that.
Baby, I have to play it. Because I read that and I'm going to tell and then listen to what she did.
Deep thought, I need a BBC. Go retarded on the dick, I got ADD. Sukihane, Shokiane. Good pussy, lot of kids like Beyonce. Might fuck him for a chain, Eliante. Put this head on him, turn him to a Kanye. We fucking niggas in Paris. I can suck the dick through the mirrors. I'm faithful to a nigga that's married. Still your nigga, I'm the Grinch, Jim Carrey.
I don't think it was worth it to anyway. For me.
Now the beat and what she's saying, that makes sense, but it don't make sense. Because it's like, it says, go retarded on the dick like I got ADD. ADD is not a retardation.
No, it's not.
It's a disorder. Babe.
Yeah. And also, mad kids like Beyonce, she only has 3 kids.
Right.
She could have picked someone with way more children. They're out there. She could have said, right, Keoma. She could have said a lot of people with more. 3 is not even that many kids. I mean, it's like a lot these days, but it's not like an amount that's. She could have said, mad kids like my granny. You know, something that really hit home. Like, Beyonce?
Mad kids like my granny.
Like my granny. Right. Beyonce? It doesn't make sense. Also, I'm loyal to a married nigga.
Accurate face. Accurate.
I'm dead.
Confusion. All the confusion. Because
this is how I know. And I don't mean this to like mean as if I'm like better than anybody else.
You're better than her. It's okay.
I was about to say,
I'm built different. You know? Even if you find yourself in a situation with a married nigga, because tricky. Loyal?
No.
To a married nigga? Never. Loyal to the Lord? Always.
All right. Subway series is wild. Everything just, it's all like a melting pot, you know, cue New York. All a melting pot of just insanity. Like it's just, but in true New York fashion. So boom, what we moving on to next?
Okay, so boom. Today we're talking about dating, right? Because I mean, I know last season I was all.
I would say
that, huh?
I said hashtag tricky, as I would say.
Hashtag tricky AF. I know last season I was all like, I don't need no man. I'm not dating. Fuck these niggas. I love being alone. Guess what?
My.
I was wrong.
All times have changed.
Things have changed, okay? At this junction in my life, I need a man. No, let me say, I don't need a man because who needs men? I would like a male companion.
But you would like a wheel of lovers.
I would like a lover. Okay. I would like someone to take me out to dinner. Okay. Pay the bill. Flew me out and flew me back in. That's what I would like currently right now. I still don't want a boyfriend.
That part.
Because
Asia.
Yes.
You've said something very important that I think as you it's flew me out, but flew me back in. Wait, what?
No. I said, how are these girls getting home? No one is talking about the niggas flying them back in.
Right.
Everyone leaving.
I think it's understood.
No, it's not understood.
It's a round trip.
Is this ticket round trip? Okay.
Yeah, it's round trip.
Is it always round trip?
No, I don't think so. They be like, flew me out. We give them long
tickets
way.
are not always round trip.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Round trip.
I get around
at the port.
First of all, send me the money to book my trip on myself. I don't need you booking my trip for me, then you cancel on my ass. No, send me the money through my Zelle, and I will book.
Zelle is important. Zelle is important.
Yes, don't tap me that shit.
Don't
Zelle me
Venmo.
the money.
Yes.
And I will book my round trip ticket to wherever you are. And I'll pick the time I want to fly, and I will do all the stuff myself. I can do it myself.
I'm also booking first class, just so you know.
Because, send me enough money to get a good seat, please. Thank you. I have restless leg syndrome. And I need to be able to stretch.
Can't be in the back of the plane doing that bullshit.
Oh my God. Asia said, I need leg room, bitches. Okay.
It's true.
It is very true. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, if I fly across the country, because I'm thinking it's across the country, why would I, whatever. And my leg done been cramped for the whole 6-hour flight, we not fucking.
Okay. Out for the count. We are old. We can't, this body is aged.
It's aged.
It's aged and.
Yes, I can't do it. Call me
tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
You gotta do the pilots.
I'm out of commission right now. Catch me in the morning when my leg has reset because it's over. I'll see you in the morning. All right.
Now you got to pay for me to go to a massage therapist to get the kinks out.
To get the kinks out.
You go to therapy. How the fuck you gonna pay for you to go to a massage therapy?
This Groupon, it's fine.
It is Groupon. All right. So because I decided to start dating, before I got into it, I said, let me do some research. This is before the podcast. This is just before. What are some red flags? What are some green flags? Some yellow flags? Oh gosh. And also what I've been through in my own experience. I got love bombed in my last relationship. That shit is wild. Let me tell you, it is I did. It's a crazy experience. I think the only thing that saved me from truly being in an abusive relationship was that I was mentally ill at the time. And no, I say this because as part of my new mental illness, I've been having these these out of body experiences. Okay. I forgot what it's called, but it's an actual thing. No, it's an actual disorder. It's an actual disorder. It's not like schizophrenia because schizophrenics don't know they're having it. So this one is is less. It's light. It's a light disorder, but basically it's it's over awareness. But, all my talk about just being assimilation, stuff like that is part of the mental illness. You're very, because we're not aware of ourselves like we think we are until we are truly aware of ourselves. Seeing yourself in third person, seeing yourself out of body experiences. That's how my life has been recently. I see myself, I'm watching myself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So because saved me. So because I was watching me and this man have this relationship, I was like, this is wild. So as opposed to being truly in it with him, I was watching it. I was like,
Oh, because yourself said something. All right, let's take ourselves out and let's watch.
It truly, I was really not in it enough to experience it. I was with him. We were dating, but I was watching so much of it happen from outside that I was able to say, oh, that's abnormal.
That's a talent. That's a good talent to have.
It works when it works.
Sounding.
No,
but when it doesn't work, you're spiraling. So, you know. On the bad days, it's a terrible, terrible thing to be aware of your existence. It's actually terrible. Anyway, so I'm going to just discuss dating for all our singles out there and those of us who are in relationships, because maybe you'll hear some things that you didn't know was a red flag or a green flag or a yellow flag. And you'll take some time to have some soul searching and maybe think this person is not for you. Maybe you realize you're not for them, because sometimes you are the problem. And just enjoy the information. My sources today came from tango.com, bestlifeonline.com, cosmopolitan.com, self.com, insider.com, and scienceofpeople.com. So if you want to go look this stuff up, just type in red flags, yellow flags, green flags, love bombing, and it'll just will pour out to you. All right. And also, I learned stuff too doing this research for this whole thing. So apparently there's different kinds of dating. I want to start what is dating, right? So there's duty dating. Duty dating is when you're dating for the skill of it. You're not doing it because you like somebody or you want to even date somebody. You want to gain the social skills of dating. So I guess it's practice basically. So you're going on dates just to interact, how to socialize. I guess if you like them, it's a bonus, but you're doing it solely out of research. There's no connection there, or that's not what you're doing it for, connection. The second thing is called real dating. And that is when it's you and someone, you're into each other, you're mutually attracted, and you're going out, you're courting each other, you're getting to know each other. That's called real dating. And then there's courtship. And that's when you're doing both. So you're implementing the skills you learned during duty dating, and it's with someone who you like. So it's duty dating put into real dating. So that's when the two come together. And this therapist, I'm not sure of their name, they were saying when you're doing this, you should date. Oh, Dr. Allen. When you're doing this, you should have at least 3 different dating partners. None of these people should be repulsive to you or immoral. It should be people that you do like. And they're saying that's because of oxytocin, because as we know, that's I think they call it the cuddle, the cuddle hormone. Mm-hmm. So women release this during sex and men don't, which is why women can get more attached than men do, because they just come in and we're over here oh, that's the nigga for me. And he ain't. Your hormones are just out of whack. The hormones are just out of whack. I mean, I think people have said they don't cuddle after they have sex to avoid this from happening. But for me, I like the full experience. So we're going to cuddle. And then I'm going to think about how you're not the right man for me after we've done cuddling. All right. So now I want to go into when you're getting to know someone, what are the red and green flags? Sorry, the red and yellow flags of getting to know someone. Now, let me say, in reading these, I said to myself, shit, that's me. I'm the problem. I said, I'm the problem. But, you have to do those. You have to be honest with yourself when it comes to dating. If you want to be successful, because if not, you're going to just end up dating the same person over and over again and saying it's them when it's you, and it's not fair to you or that person, right? I also want to say some of these I don't necessarily agree with, but that's how they do the past trauma. I don't agree. I don't know, right? Okay, so getting to know them, right? A major red flag is love bombing. So love bombing is defined as excessive attention, admiration, and affection with the goal of making the recipient feel dependent or obligated. Mm-hmm. So love bombing looks like crazy lavish gifts. I say to you on the first date, it's many things. So it's lavish gifts, a lot of time spent together, demanding your time, saying words saying I love you too soon, saying you're the one for me too soon. Day 3, you don't know me to say you love me, and if you feel it, don't say it, because that's part of love bombing, right? And the way these people, and also most love bombers are narcissists. Which is tricky, right? Okay, so so when getting to know them, if someone is asking you too many or little questions, is a problem, right? If they're asking too little questions, they don't care. They're not interested. And if they're asking too little questions and bringing it back to them every single time, they really don't care. They're just like, I'm here for me. I need a sounding board. I like how my sound waves feel coming off your face. That's why you're here right now. Please note that, right? If someone's asking too many questions, it could be different reasons. One, to love bomb you, to find out like what your ex did that you didn't like, to find out what you need. You're struggling with money. Oh, now I know. I'll give her money. Oh, your ex didn't buy you flowers. To a love bomber, I'm gonna buy you a farm. It's too much. But that's what they do. They take it to the extreme. It's not like I'll buy you flowers. It's like you're gonna come home to your house full of bouquet of roses. So it's to the extreme at which they do things, and it's comes off impressive, right? Because it's like, wow, he listened. I said I like flowers, and this thing got me a house of bouquets. But you don't know me, sir. How much did you spend on this?
I'll be overwhelmed, I think.
How'd you get in my house?
Yeah.
Well, we got other questions, right?
That's overwhelming.
But this comes with them asking you all these questions because now they know things. They know a lot about you, and you know nothing about them.
Right.
And depending on your last relationship, if your ex didn't talk to you or ask you any questions, you're saying, "Oh, that's
appealing to you,
woman,
right?
It's like they're so interested. Oh my gosh, they want to know every single thing, and they may. I mean, I ask questions also, but but if someone is not responding to questions, I stop speaking to them. But I am also a question asker. But if someone's giving me a lot of like just closed responses, I stop engaging because I know I'm not asking to love bomb. I'm nosy. Right? But some people do it just to manipulate you. Also, if they're asking you questions like a checklist, like, did you go to college? Do you read books? What do your parents do? Right? It's like they're asking you to vet you. Like, do you meet my caliber of relationships? Which is okay to want someone to meet your standards. But again, that should be an engaging conversation. It shouldn't be them sitting down with paper and pencil and just like, went to college, reads books. What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? We could have been texting this shit. Like, why are we out to dinner? Or why are we doing this? That's end of the discussion. If we're not having a back and forth conversation, this is just weird. Like, I'm not a job interview. Like, why are you just asking me questions ad nauseum without giving me anything back from myself? Okay, next one is, now this is what I disagree. They said a red or a yellow flag is talking to your ex. I don't know about that personally, only because I feel like most toxic ass niggas do not speak to their ex. They talk shit about them. Oh, she was a bitch. She was trifling. She was this. She was that. She was the worst person in the home. I'm like, what did you do? Oh, nothing. She was just crazy. I feel like I want to speak to your ex. Are you guys on talking terms? I need to know why you guys broke up for real. So this is where I personally, if I could have it my way, I would speak to everyone I date's exes.
Yeah, I would too.
To know the other side of the story.
There's different sides to the story.
Because
There's
men
the
lie
truth
all the
in this
time
side.
about what happened. When someone asks me why so and so broke up, I say it didn't work out. We were on different pages, right? And if they ask more questions, I'll go into detail, right? But if this is also a red flag. If someone is saying, because my ex was this, my ex was that, apparently they weren't even there. They were just they were perfect. And the ex caused every single problem. To me, that's a problem. Because not every ex.
I'm sorry to cut you off. So the red flag is if they do not talk to their ex.
No, if they still talk to their ex, that's a red and yellow flag. I don't agree with that.
And that's why I don't think that's. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree either with that one.
Really?
I don't. No.
I don't. I
agree with that.
I disagree with you guys on that one.
I don't agree with that.
I get the gray. Actually, I am in agree with that, right? Because I do understand what you're saying, because it's like, if you have no accountability and this is all on one person, something's wrong, because then there's you lack self-awareness, right? And where you were wrong in your own faults, and then possibly you have a problem with accepting responsibility for your part. And
narcissism. Yes.
However, it's not narcissism. It's just lack of self-awareness, right? So, however, there are times when two people just should not be together.
I agree.
Absolutely just toxicity in its nature. And it's not any one person's fault. It's just the dynamic of it all, that they just can't meet. So I get what you're saying, but I don't. Like I
think
understand where you're coming from, but I wouldn't necessarily think of it as like a green flag.
For me, I don't think it's a red or yellow flag, only because not everyone breaks up because of bad situations.
Right.
Sometimes because if done correctly, right, whatever correctly is, you could have been friends first who got together, right? And because maybe, you're moving away, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say
it's not the right time for you. And you both just decide, like where we are as adults who love each other, we're not going to be good for each other in this capacity as a relationship, right? Mm-hmm. But you formed this friendship, you formed this bond, or your lover should be your friend. They shouldn't just be your boyfriend or girlfriend. They should be your actual friend, right? So it's like if you guys came together and said, I've never done this before, but it would be nice, right? To like have someone who you truly love, but you both understand where we are in life, we cannot continue in this committed way, but I want to be your friend. And you both can just be friends. I don't think that's the worst thing.
I don't think that.
Why, Keoma?
Seen in I'm sorry. There's no way that can time. There has to be amount of time to pass to
I agree.
That this is also my friend. Mm-hmm. Because then there's unresolved. I don't.
Okay, so ask your question. So let's say you meet a guy, him and his girl, they dated in high school, right? Now we're in our 30s, right? And when high school ended, they ended. That's the last time they kissed, had sex, was 19 something, right? But throughout different colleges, they've stayed friends, they've dated other people, but they now have a platonic friendship, right? Do you say don't be her friend ever again because you dated in high school? To me, I don't like that because I'm like, I may come and go. That's your friend. I don't make anyone choose their friends over me because I'm going to break up with you. There's a very good chance.
I wouldn't make you choose your friends. I'm just not taking this any further. I'm just not first of all, not every, like y'all said, not every relationship has to end in turmoil and burn down the house or whatever. But I think there's also a way, if it doesn't end like that, it's just okay, cool. You go your separate ways, I go mine. We don't need to continue to contact each other. We don't need to, because I don't care. I don't care that, I don't care. I don't care enough to
that was truly your friend though.
But I'm saying, so I feel like this is coming from a place of none of us having broken up with someone who we didn't break up with a bad experience with. Because I feel like if you,
my high school sweetheart, we did the second time we broke up. We did. It was we're too different. We went away to college. We just got too different, and we broke up, got back together, and we just weren't compatible. We're just not compatible anymore.
Not the same, right?
From when we were in high school, it didn't end in flames.
Or were you friends?
Were you friends?
Were you friends
when we were together?
Yeah, friends.
He was one of my best friends. But it is for me. I just and I don't know if it's just the type of person I am. It's just if I'm talking to you for a reason. I'm continuously talking to you because I love you, or I just feel like there's gonna be lines that get blurred. There's gonna be things that can. Y'all ever seen Brown Sugar?
Yeah, love that movie. Love
that movie. Great movie.
I truly think that's there's situations like that. There's things like that, and so I do not want myself to be in a situation like that. I wouldn't agree to be with a man if this is he grew up with it's just no. I don't need the complications. I don't need the potential drama because I know that I just can't do it. I think it's you're not together for a reason. And just friendships end, because it's run its course, and that's what happened. This relationship ran its course, and we are done. We don't need to continue to have any type of attachment to each other anymore. Like, it is unnecessary. It is an unnecessary attachment, in my opinion, and there's just too many things could happen. It's just too many things could happen, and I'd rather not. I'd rather not.
Yes. Fair enough. That's fair enough.
Not even about, like, I think a lot of people, when they have this conversation, because, you know, it's always the rage on Twitter and Instagram, right? And it's just like, I personally don't think that anybody that you are in a romantic relationship with is that you're honestly friends at the core of it. Like, there is some kind of attraction. There is some door that's going to be open depending on who, what, when, where, how. And yes, in theory, that can happen with any single person on this planet, but I am not in a position to put my heart in a place where I'm going to put myself in danger. Like, I'm not going to put my heart in danger. So it's like, yeah, you can think that you and your ex are friends on a surface level, but like, in what ways are you letting this person in? Are y'all truly just friends? Like, I have a male friend, and I tell him all the time, I'm like, if you are ever in a relationship and you feel like this is your forever and your woman has a problem with our friendship, I'm willing to let you go for for the betterment of your happiness. Like, I'm not going to stand in your way.
That's
like,
good.
And if you are a man and like, this is your person, like, there's some certain sacrifices that you have to make. And it's like, I get that it's kind of like Neanderthal and patriotic, but it's like, niggas are simple. They are too simple to think in a complex way.
I think we're thinking about it from like our perspective, and having, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even think about it right from the male perspective, but I just know me and where I am now.
It's different for women, because like you've heard like your man be like, oh, you think this nigga's your friend, but like he's just
I hear that now.
So many men, like, right, but because you are one, like, sometimes I feel like sometimes, and not to like fall into like stereotypical roles or whatever, but it's like sometimes as women we know but we don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I have there are many times where I've had a male friend and I have to put him in his place by calling him buddy, and like, I've lost friends also for that, because there's one thing a nigga hate more than being called. Be like, oh my God, thank you so much, buddy. They hate that shit. It's because they're opening the door, but I'm like, I'm letting you know where my boundary is set. Like, you are just a friend, and there is no other. We're not going nowhere else. Like, you're my buddy.
I just feel like I'm not going to ask someone. I just feel like if your friend is your friend, if this is someone who you've done nothing with for like, you've done nothing, right?
From college.
Yeah, you have a friendship. It seems outrageous to me to be like someone you just met, me or them, right? Because guess what? They've made it through 5 or 6 girlfriends. I'm new here, right?
They didn't make it.
Hold on. No. I'm saying as a friend. No, this is someone who you broke up with because things happen. Like, nothing crazy. You grew up. First of all, people also grow up romantically.
Yes.
A lot of people are dating people who they no longer are into them sexually, mentally. They're with them.
They just don't like them, right?
Yeah, they're committed, but they do not like them, and they're not having sex. They're not talking. They're just in a relationship. So all because we dated does not mean we always have this sexual connection. It's. I have a slew of exes I will never have sex with ever again. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me to have sex or talk, right? And so
I can't pay you, but like,
but I understand. But I could only control me. Right? So, wait. So it's my whole point. I can only control me. That's it. I only can control me, right? Because how, like you said, my boyfriend could have no friends and still find someone to cheat with. So at this age of whatever old I am not trying to control any single person. I do not care. You're going to do what you're going to do regardless. It doesn't matter how good I am to you. I'm slobbing that knob, cooking. Right. It doesn't matter what I do. You have no control over someone else. We don't. We think we do. We do not. It doesn't matter how good you are to them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But with that said, and giving up that control, let you just live your fucking life, right? Because like I said, if y'all been friends for all these years, right? and she's been here through many girlfriends, and maybe she's married now. Maybe she found her person. She's married. This man is still single and dating for whatever reason, right? It's, to me, absurd to say, oh, she has to go or I'm leaving. It's like, but I don't know you, but you do know her. That's your friend. Now, what I would say is, if she is showing disrespect, I think I'll only ask a man to say, check her if she's like sending you like, oh, is this a cute outfit? And it's like her in a bathing suit. I'm like, well, she ain't got no one else to ask that question to.
Correct.
Or if she's pushing boundaries like that, I feel like that's when you'd be like, okay, what's happening here? But if she's, again, and I say coming off as a good person, a good friend, I'm not gonna do anything. It doesn't make sense to me. Because she may become my friend also. A lot of couples, that becomes their friend also, because they are actual relationships. So let's move on. But that is seen as a red flag and a yellow flag. I don't think it's that serious. Do what you will.
I'm in agreement with you.
Do what you will do in your relationship, right? Do what you can handle.
X here.
Yeah, I'm
agreement.
I'm not a jealous person. I don't care.
Correct.
So for me, that doesn't bother me. I'm not jealous. I don't care. I truly don't care. Mm-hmm. Right. So,
but we can only speak for ourselves because we can't speak for our partners.
But that's me. Yeah, I can't.
Because my partner will agree with Ty and Keoma. Absolutely. But I don't see it that way. But, out of respect and for, my relationship and the person I actually love, I'm going to respect, what I'm saying? I am in a relationship. I'm going to respect it. You don't want that, then, I'm not losing who I am, because I guess it's not very important to me because he is, you know what I mean? And I know he's not going to do that to me either, because he does not agree. That's not his shit. Like, no exes, no, nothing. Fine. I'll get with the program, but do I feel the same way? Absolutely not.
Right.
No, I
and
don't.
I feel like those are the things that can cause later situations, right?
Right.
Because let's say you and I do break up, and now I ain't got no damn friends.
Right. Now I'm over here crawling back.
Right. But I'm like,
no, I'm just saying, I'm saying, what if my ex has become my platonic best friend? It can happen. Right?
It can happen.
It can happen. What if he has become he has become my best friend? It happened, right? We didn't plan it like this way. Mm-hmm. Now I put him to the side for you. Now I would hope that my best friend will understand and be like, I get it. You were dating someone.
Of course.
Like this, right? But I don't want to be put in that position. I don't think that's fair. And that this is later in my list, but isolating you from your friends and family, that is a tactic. That's a red flag. Yes. It is a big red flag. When you want friendships to end, it's like, why? Now, some friendships should end. I'm not gonna say, and sometimes your partner can see and you can't see it. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but if someone is coming in like, I gotta go, Salone gotta go.
Right. No.
We'll get to that later on. Okay.
And even if you don't like the friends, don't tell me.
Yeah.
That's on you. Don't tell me that I got to get rid of my friends because you don't like Ty, Keoma, or Asia.
Yeah, I'm like, tell me what you know about my friends, because if you like, I never want to be in a space where like my partner makes my friends feel uncomfortable.
Wait, put a pin. Okay. We're gonna get there. Okay.
All right.
So this is still in the getting to know phase. All right. Funny enough, if the new guy or woman reminds you of your ex, that is a yellow flag. So it could just be your trauma, right? Like whatever. Right. Or it could be they're showing signs of something you do not like. And they're showing signs of someone that a character trait that will be something you've done before, you don't like it. So if someone reminds you of your ex, like take account of that and be like, what about them is like my ex? Is it serious or whatever? Also, I'm sorry, I didn't explain the flag. So red flags is a hard no, pass, right? A yellow flag is something that can be a deal breaker, but can also be fixed. Yeah, it's something you can discuss, right? So that's why the X thing is a red flag / yellow flag, because you can say, stop being friends with your ex, and they could be like, okay. And there's no longer a red flag. It's no longer a yellow flag. It's now a green flag because they said yes. Right. And then the green flag is obviously, let's do this. We got a good one here. All right. This is my personal red flag. If a man talks to you only from his car, that nigga married.
Yes.
Of course he's married.
Yes. 100%.
He's married.
Married or some secretive shit. Like
it's so crazy because I'm going through this now.
It's no fucking reason why
a friend. And I'm like, trust your intuition, girl. Every time this man pulls up in front of his house, he's like, I'm gonna call you back. Yeah. Or when he calls her in the house, while he's in the house, he suddenly hangs up. So it's like, you know, the bitch walked in the room. You know what I mean?
Right.
He doesn't even have a chance to say, you know what I'm saying? And then when she asks, like, hey, you didn't say bye, or did you? He's like, oh, I thought I said I was going to call you back. You're texting me right after. So that means someone is there. Yep. You understand what I'm saying? Someone is there.
Yep.
You living with someone. And don't tell me it's your grandparents or whatever, and they're this, that, and the third person. You never been to the house. You never, you know what I mean? So you have someone, and we have to trust our women.
Yes, there's no reason.
There is somebody there.
Yeah, definitely. While we only talk to and from work.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Absolutely not.
That's a hard red.
That's a hard red.
Destiny's Child said, say my name.
Say my name.
They said it.
That's right.
For a reason.
That's right.
Yep. They even remade it to remind us. Yeah, say my fucking name. You like, say my name. Like, what are you saying?
Right.
Like, what was happening? Is somebody else around you? What happened? Because you know, it's true.
It's very true.
It's true. And if you're living with your roommates or whatever that you say, you should still be able to say my name.
Yeah, they don't care. But your girlfriend does.
Your girlfriend does.
Your BM does.
Right.
They don't care about you talking to me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Another yellow, I think it's yellow red flag is if they don't have hobbies. They say because dating you will be a hobby, and hobbies get old.
Ooh.
So, I mean, I do believe someone should have their own life. Like, I don't want anyone that is dating and going to work. Like, have a full rounded life, right?
Right.
If your hobby is watching TV, that's your fucking hobby. If your hobby is playing video games, that's your hobby.
But that can't be to you, Sonia. I mean, Asia, edit it out. That might get old for you, them not having a hobby.
No, it's both. It's both ways. Yeah, like, and I'm saying I date people who have full lives. Have a full life. Like, it don't gotta be as full as mine because everyone is different, right? Mm-hmm. But you should have other interests outside of me and a job. You should have other interests. There should be something else that gets you going and keeps you going. It's because this is weird.
Now they want to be with you forever, all the time.
That too, yeah.
4/7.
Yeah, I have things to do. You can't.
Right. I have my hobbies.
Right.
What are yours?
What do you do in your free time? Nothing. Just sit.
No. Wait for you. Wait for you.
No.
Wait for you to get off.
I'm tired.
But you have hobbies too. Sleeping. Do something. You cannot. Right. It can't be just me and work. It got to be something else. It has to. Mm-hmm. Also in terms of just like being a well-rounded person.
Right.
Like, what do we talk about? Me and work?
Babe, what happened at work today?
Yeah, how was work today? Okay. How am I today? What are we talking about?
For clarification, a hobby can be an array of things. It doesn't have you don't have to be a knitter or a crocheter. You could love Twitter. You could love TikTok.
Yeah.
You can do, you can love to, just be a couch potato.
Yeah, something.
That's one of mine. That's one of
mine. Your time.
I'm great at that. I can do that.
All day.
So it's like, it doesn't have to be something. This right now, this is our hobby. This is a hobby.
I love watching TV. I love watching. I remember when I was in like 3rd grade, we had to do this like assignment of like how you spend your after school hours. And like you chart down every day, end of the week you presented. And I think end of the week I had watched so much TV. And they were just, oh, that's unhealthy. And I was just like, in my mind, I couldn't say this yet, but I'm like, I'm gonna be a star. This is research. The fuck you mean this is unhealthy? I'm trying to get on Family Matters. What are you talking about? Like at the time I couldn't tell them why I love TV. Right? Because it was just seen as like, oh, a couch potato. But it was like, no, I want to be on TV. So I watch it out of like admiration. I watch it out of like someplace I want to be. So a hobby could be literally anything, but have one.
Mm-hmm. So is that for clarification, is that
That's
a red or a yellow?
flag.
Is that? What is it to you?
To me, it's a reddish yellow flag.
So it's magenta.
Mm-hmm.
What? That does not make magenta.
That's so cute of a color. I mean, caution.
It's magenta. All right.
Means keep going.
All right. So a yellow flag is having wildly different 5-year plans. And I guess this is for those who are dating intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're dating for shits and giggles, like I am right now, I don't care what you're doing in 5 years. I don't know. But if you're dating to get married, have kids, settle down, your plan should match in some way. It shouldn't be like, well, I plan to be selling the 7 Cs and I plan to be like CEO of my business that is stationed in this city and I cannot leave this city. Like, it's not going to work out. I mean, it can, but
right, with communication, proper communication.
This is a yellow flag.
That's a yellow flag. So it can be worked on. I agree with that.
Yes,
I agree with that.
It can be worked on.
Yeah, it can be worked on.
Someone who is dating someone that is younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
what? Oh, yeah, we learn so much about each other. It is insanity.
You know what? This, if we're doing the squares right here, this one at the bottom, she don't be listening. Listening to me. Who's be listening to me?
Me?
Because no, it's Ty. Yes, it's Ty.
No, Ty's on the bottom of me.
Under Ty's
under me.
Okay.
Ty, it's Ty.
Oh,
okay.
Brady Bunch. She's right here. But she knew that subconsciously. She got to remember. She just got to remember. But yeah, like our 5-year plans. When we started dating, it wasn't like vastly different, but the time was different because for him, the 5 years is very reasonable. But for me, I'm just like, you gotta catch up. You gotta catch up.
Right.
I'm also gonna meet you because here we are compromised. But okay, yes.
All right. So the next yellow flag is if they need constant reassurance.
That's annoying. Make it red. Like just red. Don't even continue.
Yeah,
just
I
red.
personally don't know why that was red. I mean, yellow. That seems very red to me.
Yeah. How do I communicate to you? That's me reassuring you even more.
And I don't understand how I want to fix. I don't know how we're going to fix that.
We can't
because I'm not a therapist.
Yeah, we can't fix your self-esteem. I feel like that's a red.
No,
flag.
that's red.
I'm not your mama. I'm not a therapist.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't. We
It's
can't do it. That's draining.
I can't do it. I'm not trying to be your mom. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, that's draining. That's no.
Fix yourself.
Constantly. How many times do you want me to talk? No.
Yeah. No. Also, another yellow flag. Again, I think this is a red flag. Is if they're not sharing their opinions. So basically, they're yes manning you or yes womaning you.
Yeah, that's a red.
That's a red.
That's a red flag to me. This is according to this site is yellow, but I feel like that's
you're not being honest with me.
That's
bro.
You're
not being honest with me, and you're a people pleaser.
Yourself. Hello.
Yeah, or yourself.
Exactly.
Right. You're people pleasing. What is true? What's real? What's happening?
You're gonna end up unaliving me one night when I give you your bread untoasted. Okay, you're gonna fucking lose your shit on a random fucking Tuesday. Bringing up stuff from our first date, I'm gonna be like, "What? I thought you loved anchovies." You ain't said shit in 5 years.
My stomach.
I'm here,
I can't
compartmentalizing this entire time.
The whole time.
Speak up or hold your peace. Do not tell me this.
Communication.
Don't tell me,
come on.
I don't want to hear later on that I upset you 5 years ago. I don't care.
Yep.
Also, don't kill me. So no. All right. This is a big one. This is one I follow. If they don't have friends, that's yellow. For me, it's a hard red.
It to me, gray, yellow.
Let me explain to you why they say it. They say because like a lack of friends shows possibly a difficult personality. Mm-hmm. It shows possibly an ability to make strong connections.
I can see that.
Intimate connections. Mm-hmm. So they're not saying you need to have like what's that show Sweet Life? 20 of your closest friends. They're not saying that. But you should have at least one friend. There should be someone that you are friendly
with. We don't
with.
have to be Talon. Is that what you're saying?
Right. You don't gotta have the fucking baseball team come to your party. But there should be some person that is your friend. Like, why don't you have any friends?
That's true.
And that's the issue because if I now become your friend and I do have friends, Everywhere I go, baby, you can't go.
Yeah, that's true.
And if I'm not, are you bored? Are you resentful? What's the problem? Because I have friends and our lives we're not going to be together every single day. So either you got a friend or you got a hobby, because I'm leaving. What are you going to be doing while I'm not home? What are you doing in your free time? You have to have your own outlet. It's.
I think that's a yellow flag because it depends on who the person is, right? Because like if you're a person that's like, you don't have to have friends, but you have acquaintances, people that you kind of like. Some people just. I was about to say some people don't need people, but you need people. But some people just like don't need people in the capacity that they do. But it doesn't mean that like.
That's my partner. That's so crazy because he has friends. Yeah, but he does not. He doesn't feel like he needs to confide in them. He does. To me, because I'm like, well, I have my friends. Like, I'll confide in my friends and all this stuff. He doesn't feel like he needs to confide in them. He'll go to, their birthday parties, whatever. He doesn't need to talk to them on the phone. He doesn't need to, maybe a text, but not anything deep. Everything to me seems surface level to me because, I'm not in that phone, So, but, I don't hear him like talking to anyone. And the thing is, like, I don't have a problem with that as long as you don't stop me from doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because you might not have that, but I do. Like, I came into this having that, and you cannot take that away from me. And he doesn't, which I, I wholeheartedly, what's the word? Like, welcome, because I appreciate. Yes, that is why. What the hell? I got a whole dictionary. It's like, this is crazy. Appreciate. But yeah, I really appreciate that because like, I could never, like, I'm not you, I'm not you. And I will never not need to speak to my friends. That's his thing. So whatever works for you,
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's only a red flag because I just, like I said, you got to have your own shit happening. You have to. I think it's very important. Again, not in the same way I have my shit happening, but you have to have your own shit, right? And I think me and Ty were discussing this randomly over the weekend, and I was saying like, there's been times when I could be tripping, like something happens with someone I'm dating, and I'm like, let me ask my friends, and it's not because I want yes men, it's because maybe I'm tripping. Right? I need someone.
And we'll tell you.
Yeah, I need someone that I trust that supports me to tell me, girl, you bugging. That's you. That man is not doing that thing to you. And I feel like if you're missing that person,
you lack that.
Yeah, I think that's a problem because then you become your own yes man because you sit with yourself and you say, no, it's definitely her because no one who's going to disagree with you. You
exactly.
You got to be very talented to disagree with yourself.
I don't agree with that fully. I'm like, okay,
I agree with that shit.
Friends, but in that place, you have to have family.
Well, like I'm saying, I think your family. Like my cousins are my friends also, right? So maybe the word is have a confidant, right? Have someone. Because my cousins, I tell them everything. Like they're my friends. We talk about everything, right? So it don't gotta be someone you just met. It could be anyone. But I feel you should have someone in your life that supports you emotionally.
That is true.
That is also not me.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Right.
It could be one person. It could be 2, 3, whatever. But I just feel like it has to be someone. You cannot solve everything on your own.
Yeah.
Life is about collaborations. The greatest movies, the greatest songs, the greatest books, they have been collaborations. There's a writer, an editor, a publicist. Yeah. Everything's collaboration.
I agree with that.
Do not Tyler Perry date me, okay? That's what we're not going to do.
No, not right now. Not
right now.
I make camera op. I do sound. I make music.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna skip some of these. Okay, this one's interesting. They said a yellow flag is if they have no history of long-term dating relationships. That's a yellow flag. From my personal experience, it is a yellow flag if the person is not willing to accept they know nothing about dating, which I went through. My ex, before the crazy one, before he dated me, I was we were in our 30s when we got together. Before me, he dated his high school girlfriend. And they ended when he was like 20. So he went over 10 years without dating, without doing anything romantic with any single person. That was in my experience. I was dating the whole time. Some were serious, some were not, but I was duty dating, if you will, for the 10 years, right? So I knew the social norms. I knew, I picked up on the skills you need to date someone. Yeah. And I would say to him, I was like, listen, my issue is not with like that you don't know, is that you won't learn. Mm. And I think it's a yellow flag, because if they're not willing to accept that they have no idea how dating works, that's a problem. Like he would compare, well, my ex-girlfriend, I'm like, you guys were 19 years old. I said, if I was 19, we would never break up. Mm. But I'm 30 something years old. My wants and needs at 19 are severely different. They're drastically different. Mm-hmm. So if your only reference is being in high school and dating someone, and you're not willing to accept that in your 30s, things are wildly different, that's a problem. So for me, it's a yellow flag.
I agree.
If the person can make adjustments.
I agree.
I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one. I know everybody hated devil's advocate.
No, we love it. We love it.
But like, being in a relationship is being in a relationship with anybody. Like, yes, romantically, there are a few things that's different, but like, what made it so that like you felt like he was inexperienced? Like, there are things, because like, right, it's like relationally, how do you fit me into your life? How do you make space for me? These are hard things, especially when you're coming from an individualistic standpoint. But like, what made it so difficult? Because I can see like some people who haven't dated for a long time, it's not what made it the biggest issue? Because I'm like, I see how it's a yellow flag, because I'm like, this is just like a flag for me. But I'm in a different space, because I'm in that same like, okay, I haven't dated for a long time. Dating is gonna be a chore for you for a little bit, because I'm INDEP. You know what I'm saying? I'm Webby.
Right. Hey. Well, yeah. Well, one thing is the independence and the checking up on someone, right? Like, not stalking, but am I alive today? Have you? Did I die? Do you know? Right? Like, are you aware that you have to communicate with your partner? Right? But this particular person also doesn't have, in my opinion, like kind of like Salone saying, like they only have surface level friendships and surface level relationships.
Okay.
So there are many yellow flags if there's one person.
Right.
So those issues. So like if you did have a best friend who you check up on every day, when they're feeling down, you can read them like, Ty, I'm getting short answers today. What's going on with you? Right. Mm-hmm. So because you've established those relationships with platonic people, you can not have dated for 10 years, but you know how to be a person's person.
Okay. I see what you mean.
So if you're missing all of that, and now you're dating, and dating is, I think we're talking about like, was it us? I don't know, but I'm talking about like how a friendship and a partner, they're different. They're different jobs. They're different jobs. I'm not going to ask of you what I ask of my man. I'm just not. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm going to probably have a child with this man. I'm going to buy a house with this man. I'm going to, you know what I mean?
We've had this conversation before, yeah. And I understand what you mean, right? Because it's different. You're building a life. There are different demands, but being in a relationship with one person, I feel like is being in a relationship with another. Like it's on a human level.
I'm sorry. I don't think it is when your life is affected by it, right? Like I said, if you decide I got my paycheck, I'm going to buy a shitload of cocaine, right? I'm like, wow, irresponsible. Also, are you a drug addict, right? If you tell me, no, I'm not a drug addict, I'm just irresponsible, I'm like, guess no Ghana next year for New Year's, right? That's the extent.
Damn.
That's the extent of me having to worry about your financial situation. That's your money.
Right.
We're not going to Ghana. We're going to go somewhere local. That is the extent of your money, how it matters to me.
Okay, I understand that. Mm-hmm.
My partner cannot blow his. Now you're coming home. Great, rent's due. Where's the money? I got coke.
What would you do if someone's at home? I know all of that.
Yo, that's facts.
You got me. You got me.
It's different.
Point. Yeah,
it's very different. You're now affecting our livelihood, our future. Like, so it would be nice to afford your partner the same graces as your friends, but your lives are too intertwined for them to do whatever the fuck they want to do without. It is what it is. It is one of the obligations of dating and relationships. You have to. You're held more accountable. Again, it's like if I'm sick and no one checks up on me, right? I'm like, damn, I really wish Ty called to make sure I was okay, right? It would have been nice, right? If my partner does it, call me. I'm like, in my mind, I always think about being pregnant. I always have the one, like, to me, the most vulnerable you'll be outside of a disease, right? Is like your pregnancy. And it's like, I'm pregnant and I'm like, babe, like, I need XYZ, emotional support, physical support, a fucking donut, right? And he's just like,
oh,
and he's just like, that's me. You haven't called me all day, like, you know.
We are broken up.
Yeah, like to me, like I'm not gonna end our friendship because I got sick one time and Ty didn't call me. I may be like, Ty, you know, I really missed your phone call. That's it. That's it. Yeah. But now this person who says they want to have a life with me hasn't even seen I'm alive today.
I can't trust you.
I can't trust you. I can't trust you in if this small moment. What about the big moments? You know, and also when people have kids and get married, sometimes they do lose their friendships. Not lose, but the friendship downgrades. Yeah. Because now I have my wife, my kids, that's natural progression of life. We're gonna upgrade.
Yeah.
The closer we get. So if you can't do this, I can't trust you with that.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. Wow. I'm gonna add that to my scorecard. Because I really am a Pollyanna type of person, but it's different because I have cultivated like close relationships in my life. So I make it a point to like, or at least I try to like check up on people and like, be aware. Yeah, so you're right. Because if you don't give a fuck about you 60 days in.
Exactly.
Right, we got a problem.
Exactly.
All right, so I want to do one more before we get into like once you're actually dating this person, because we gotta, time is of the essence. Okay, I'm bugging. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Okay, this one is hilarious to me. It says if their family sucks, that's a yellow flag. I think it's also yellow, red. It could be because they told you their family sucks, but there's also a problem. Like, why do they
coming into it with a preconceived notion already of what their family are?
Yeah, and if you met them and they do indeed suck, that could be a problem because unless this person is willing to maybe one day desert their family, that is your family.
Not my family. That is a red flag for me.
Yeah, like that's your new mother-in-law, that's your kid's grandmother. Yeah, their family is not doing it for you, then you may not want to.
What if I have a interesting family dynamic, and I think about this often because I'm like, I am my own family. I've cultivated my own family, so like the blood. They blood, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you may meet these niggas, but we only gonna see them but once every 2 years. You know what I mean?
That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
why it's a yellow. That's okay.
If you are close to your fucked up family,
no.
Fucked up as like,
yeah.
Oh no, that's different.
It's not like because every family goes through shit, right? So it's like. But if this shit is happening every day, and also if the shit is affecting you to where you're like lashing out on me, or if like for reference, my ex-boyfriend, his mom and I that woman was rude and just like, and I can only because of how I was raised, I can. I'm gonna turn the other cheek, but so much, but so often, it's gonna turn into a Tyler Perry movie. I'm gonna lash out. I'm just gonna start slapping people. Like it's just, I'm gonna lose it. Like, cause you're not gonna continue to disrespect me. You're not. So it's like, And then if that disrespect isn't checked by you in some sort of fashion, you know, because I get it if it's, you know, it's your parent, maybe you won't have to check them. Well, no, I'm sorry, but you would have to check them right in front of me. You would have to be like, you don't have to get disrespectful, but you would have to say, please don't talk to that person like that, da da da, we're leaving on something like that. Or if you have to have a more in-depth conversation with said parent or whomever it is afterwards, that's fine. But I have to know that you will defend me and vice versa in any situation. Because I'm the type of person that I am, I'm not gonna allow any of my family members to just, and they just wouldn't do that, but it's not gonna, I wouldn't allow that.
Right.
So it's like, I'm gonna check it. And it doesn't have to, checking doesn't have to be disrespectful. It could be, we're gonna stop this right here. But yeah, fucked up family.
No,
it's very stressful, and I didn't sign up for the stress. I signed up to take that on.
I go back and forth with the family thing because it's tricky. It's too tricky as you get older and become more self-aware and do work on yourself.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah,
it's definitely true. It's all about boundaries.
It is about boundaries.
Boundaries, and if you're not setting them, or vice versa, or if you are the person that's going into this relationship bringing the fucked up family, and you're not setting those boundaries to protect your relationship and yourself, nah.
Yeah, because it's wild to watch your partner be called a bitch by your mother. Like, and you're just like, oh, you know how mom is. No, I don't know how your mother is. I don't know. I don't know, bitch. I just wish this woman. What are you talking about? I don't know her. And I don't know you apparently either, because this is crazy.
Right.
And I always like to think about like the future, right? Like not just like, let's say I can handle it. Let's say somehow I'm like, this nigga is too good to let go. I'm gonna let then we're gonna have kids maybe. And now my kids over there, and she's saying, your mother's a bitch, your mother's this, your mother's that. I don't need that poison in my household.
Absolutely not. I don't need my kids calling me Keoma. What? Excuse me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Just means you see them as equals.
No, I don't.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
All right. So now we're going to get into when you're actually dating someone. So if you're dating someone and these things seem interesting, if these things hit home, might need to dust off that old dating profile. I don't know. All right. Once it starts slow, but like if your partner is making you not be around your friends or your family, isolating you, so like want to move away to a town where no one knows you there, it's just you and your partner, and you have to depend on them for every single thing, red flag, because unless it's a mutual decision, why are we going to?
Why are you taking me away?
Yeah, why?
I got no help. I got no help.
Why?
What? Oh man.
Why am I no longer this person's friend? Why is my support group no longer allowed in our house? What are we doing? What's your reason?
Yeah.
Right? If your partner will not talk about certain topics, I assume this is more meatier topics, like maybe the future. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Stand up.
If they won't talk about like finances with you, if they won't talk about their anger or even their past, like, nigga, you weren't born yesterday. Who are you? Like, they need to be willing to have talks with you. If they don't want to, I mean, I personally feel if you're dating someone, there should be no topic off limits. I don't know if you guys feel different, but I don't know what topic would be off limits in terms of like them talking about it, right? They may ask me like, I don't want you to comment. I don't want you to agree that my mom's an asshole, which I'm like, okay.
Right.
Okay, clear. Right. But if you and your mom are at odds, I would like to know why. Like there's something, like what happened? Why do you hate your mother? What is the reason you hate your mother? What is the reason? And it may be a good reason, but I would like to know why. Because again, like this is now my mother-in-law. This is now the mother of our kids potentially, right? Why do you hate this woman? Should my kids not go over there?
So wait, can I clarify something? Is this after, these are the flags while you are in a relationship? Not dating? but in a relationship?
Well, I guess it could be both, but I feel like sometimes people are dating, depending on how fast they move, they skip over deep conversations. So I feel like ideally you should be having these deep talks before you decide we're together, right? But let's say you're on a love bombing trajectory. By week 3, that's your husband. You didn't have time to find out if his mom don't talk. Now you're like, oh damn, y'all don't talk.
You're in a relationship.
I didn't realize y'all didn't talk. Okay, why? And he's like, I won't tell you. It's like, oh, what did I do? I don't know this man. So in a healthy pipeline, you would have had already a lot of these conversations. But I guess also everyone's dating timeline is so different. You know, like some people say like date for 3 months and then they'll reveal them true selves. Some people are masters at manipulation. They can go on years without revealing them true selves. They're never going to drop that facade. They got it down packed. They have so I feel like there really is there's no length, but I think we all can agree sometimes sometimes it is too short.
Yeah.
Sometimes it did move just too fast.
Right.
But I think it's so hard to say because some people like they met yesterday, they clicked and they married for 10 years. You know, it worked out for them. But I think like on an average, it should take some time to know someone. Right. I think it also depends on the person, like if they're a busy person or not a busy person. I know me and Psycho Bob, I had no job. And I already knew him from before. So it was like, oh, I already know you. I don't got to get to know you. I know you already. I ain't know that nigga.
Clearly.
I ain't know him. I know he was crazy.
He had a good facade. So
he had a very good facade.
It's not your fault.
Very good.
That's not your fault.
Let me say that also. I want to just touch on this not your fault thing. I feel like people get so caught up in getting played, right? And it's like, okay, if you're dating someone and you're going into it with honest intentions, right? It's not your fault that they weren't. It's not your fault that they were playing a game that you weren't playing. Like I can't win a game I'm not playing, right? But I can quit the game. I can forfeit the go, right? All I can do is like, and I feel like people get so caught up in, I got played. I feel stupid. Don't feel stupid. You were never playing this game. You walked on the field with a basketball to a football game. You were never going to win that game. You were never going to win that fucking game. But what you can do is take your ball and go find a fucking hoop. That's what you can do. That's it. Like don't get caught up in the time you wasted. It doesn't matter. That wasn't your fault. Especially if they're being truly manipulative and they're really like doing it right? If you're ignoring all the jarring red flags, that kind of is on you. What were you doing? But if things seemingly were really great and turns out they've been playing the whole entire time, it's like, well,
not your fault.
Yeah, it's like now I know what I know now. I have to leave.
Right.
Don't get so caught up in feeling guilty about being played because people are crazy, and people are playing games intentionally. Like they're good at this. They're playing this game.
Or waste your time trying to play back the game. Yeah, it's just just leave.
Just quit.
Yeah,
you're never gonna win. Like people say, I cheat back. I
mean,
I guess.
Bye.
But you're still a loser.
Right. So now there's 2 cheaters.
You're still losing. You're still losing this game. Do you realize you're still losing this game? Like, stop. It doesn't matter. All right. Okay. Oh, this is one for Ty. So you put a pin in this earlier. So I'm gonna do 2 in 1. So a red flag is if this person is rude or dismissive to your friends and family. Also, if your friends don't like them. And that's because like when you're in love in it, you can't see shit. Sometimes you're blinded, but your friends aren't. So if your friends are like, he is crazy, he is this, he is that, you need them to tell you that. Like, or if they're saying, I don't want to go because he's there, then it's like, well, tell me why you don't want to go because he's there. So it's important that your friends not have a big influence, I guess, but it comes back to being like in a good friendship situation where they can say, okay, I just don't think he's the one because of these very solid facts. He's rude. He called me a bitch. Did you hear him? Like, this is fucking crazy. So
Imagine.
Could you imagine? And also, if he's rude to wait staff, I'm saying he, but if it's really
that is
that's a red flag.
yeah, if they're rude to wait staff, they're also a piece of shit.
That's a hard red. I don't like that.
Number one.
Rude to anyone. I don't like that.
No, yeah, I'm big on that. Like how you treat wait staff or people that you think lower than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm big on that. But
just anybody, a janitor, anybody, anyone. I
like lower than
can't
you.
take it. Yeah, I can't take it. Yeah.
Power dynamic that I'm
All right, so it's not all gloom and doom. Okay, we do got some green flags of dating and also relationships, right?
Okay.
So one of the green flags is that you treat each other like the strangers you are, right? So it's not love bombing. It's not where are you every single hour of the day. If I just met you yesterday, you need to know where I am today. Like, let's take it slow. We don't gotta be talking every single day. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sir, yesterday I didn't know you. So asking me what I'm doing every single day because we just met is strange. Stop it.
Yeah.
We will have a conversation and we'll discuss how was your day? What did you do today? But this, I meet you and now I'm checking in on you every single minute is weird. It's too much.
Stop with the fucking good morning, beautiful text. Like,
stop with the good morning, beautiful.
Please have more intention behind that. I hate the word intention, but have something else. Have
something else.
I'm tired.
And you know, so crazy. Like when I talk to my friends, it's like good morning, beautiful. Then they go fucking silent for hours.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. You have to good morning, beautiful, the rest of your family, and then get back to me after, I don't know, several hours have passed.
Or and if they're not checking in on you, oh good God.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Wait,
right. Where's the green flags?
That's a green flag.
Okay.
That's a green flag.
That's on me. I'm sorry.
No, that's a green flag. When someone is acting like they just met you. Like taking things slow, getting to know you, not like stalking you day one.
Right. Okay.
I do enjoy good morning texts, but I also like if I was up by other text. Right?
It's the nothingness that follows.
It's the silence for hours that gets on my nerves. Like why? Yes, I'm alive. I didn't die in my sleep. Is that why you text me?
They're here. You want to go on a date?
Yeah. What are we doing here? Let me see. If they take initiative in planning dates, that's a green flag, right? Not just, what do you want to do? Whatever you say, whatever you're free. When they're like, hey, I want to take you to this place. I know you like X, Y, and Z. Are you free this day to do this thing I planned for us to do?
Yeah.
I had to learn that. That's crazy. That's on me. I had to learn that because I never used to do that before now. Yeah.
You never had it done for you.
Yeah.
But you never followed through on a date that you planned, or you weren't?
No. I wasn't planning. I wasn't planning shit.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't plan shit. And now it's like it goes both ways. He still does a lot more than me. He does a lot more than me. But I still, I've learned that that's one of my, the traits that I had to work on, I learned that.
Yeah.
Fuck, I just totally forgot. So, Asia, you said something about the yellow flags about like money and shit. So I was like, there was a TikTok. What about the women that's leaning into soft life? Because this woman was like, I don't know who my phone provider is. I don't know where the bills are. I don't know. And me being the INDEP, like, being an independent woman that I am, I said, all my women to be independent. If you don't know where the fuck your bills are from, but what about the women that are like leaning into soft life?
Leaning into soft life does not equate to stupidity.
Yeah.
You're being stupid. You're being dumb.
Yeah.
Again, I will reference Tyler Perry once again. Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Okay?
Yeah.
Bitch ain't know that she could get thrown out on her own house. And she did.
Right.
She lost everything. And she had to fucking date Shamar Moore. Man, don't get me tight.
With his bad wig.
With the bad wig. with the mic.
I'm about to go watch that right now.
The mic that was right there.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm about to watch that.
no, soft life. You could be living real comfortable, but you gotta know. You have to know things.
You have to be aware. I mean,
protect yourself.
Yeah, I have clients. I have clients who, their rent is paid by the city of New York, right? So I'll ask them, how much is your rent? I don't know. I don't pay it. And I'm like, listen, I get you don't pay it. I'm aware of that, but you don't know how much it costs. Like it's still your life. Like, be aware of your life. Like, that's the craziest thing.
Again,
like,
stupidity. What if you have to pay it one day?
Yeah,
what if you have to start paying the difference?
Right.
And this is why I come in, because usually this phone call is because they lost the program, or the program was suspended, or they are paying a difference. And I'm like, so how much is your rent? I don't pay it. I'm like, well, that's why you owe rent, because you were supposed to be paying it. This is why I've called you, because you do have to pay rent. Actually, you didn't know that, did you? So it's like, you can have a soft life, but you need to be fully aware of what's happening. Mm-hmm. Right? I know you should know who the provider is, at least. Well, they do a survey and they say who's your provider. You're gonna click AT&T, never get the text. Come on. Yeah. All right, let's move right along. Okay, you have open communication. We discussed this before. Like, you guys discuss all topics. Like, there's nothing else. You're discussing the pizza you eat to the house you're buying. Like, it's no secrets. It's full communication. This one's good. You can empathize with each other, and you validate their emotions, and you don't gaslight them, tell them that they're crazy or too dramatic. And when I first read that, I was like, well, what if they are crazy or dramatic, right? But then I said to myself, but there's a way to say it, right? There's a way to say you're overreacting without saying, bitch, you're overreacting, because that's going to make me defensive. I've been there, and I'll get defensive. Whereas we're talking through this thing, like, well, why did it upset you? Like, why did it make you so upset? And then it's like, oh, you know what? Now that you put it like that, maybe I overreacted it. Yeah. Maybe I did overreact, but if someone's going to just tell you off the bat, it's you. Now we got a problem.
And people can learn that too. You can start off being that way, but like with, active listening, like let's say you continue to date, active listening and stuff like that, because with my partner, like he doesn't, believe in like depression and things like that. So I've had, my work cut out for me, and, letting you know and making you more knowledgeable that these things do happen. I even had a conversation just the other day about our, last segment, what's your purpose, things like that. And then, I was talking about the philanthropy work and stuff like that. And he's like, well, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from giving $50 out of your check? What's stopping you from whatever? I'm like, mental illness is stopping me because like when I had to explain, when I'm in a spiral, there's nothing that I want to do. Nothing matters. Yeah. So I have to tackle that first and then circle back to, what's going to be my purpose, because in that moment, or in, the moment can last from, days to weeks to months. Right. I can't function. And even though he doesn't go through that, it's like, he was like, I get that. Like, I understand. So you might not go through it, but just be willing to understand that your partner, am going through that. You know what I mean? So I think that can be corrected from him not knowing anything and still not going through what I'm going through, to be able to empathize with me and not just shut me down completely. Cause I'm like, what the fuck, what are we doing here? Like, why are we even together? Like so I agree with that. The empathy thing.
I'm gonna give you guys just two more. The last one's hilarious to me. The next one is if you're a green flag is when you're both willing to accept your weaknesses, like your flaws, and work on them. So basically, this is also saying like, excuse me, like you're saying, like you said, like your weakness or your flaw is like you're lacking empathy right now, or you're lacking sympathy. But instead of being like, no, I'm not, I understand you. It's like, well, explain to me what I did wrong. Explain to me what I did to make you feel that I don't sympathize with you. and being open to those corrective actions, because I guess everyone is different. Maybe you've never had to sympathize, empathize in your life. Maybe you've, I don't know. But if you're willing to like learn what your partner needs without your ego, then that's a green flag. And the last one, I'm not sure, this is on the list. It says you enjoy being with them. Now, I feel like that's a duh, but.
Oh, it's
Listen, it is not a duh.
It's not.
It is not a duh.
It's not a duh. People don't like their partners. A lot of people, I think I tell this story once every few years, but I had this friend in college. You guys know him. And he said, and I was always hanging out with him, me and this other girl. We were hanging out with him all the time at his house. We were just hanging out constantly.
Oh.
Yeah. And I said one day, like, yo, where's your girlfriend? Because he had a girlfriend this whole entire time. And he's like, oh, she's not my friend. You guys are. She's just like my girlfriend. I'm like, what does that mean? Because I didn't understand the concept. He was like, I do girlfriend things with her. We go to the movies, we have dinner, we have sex, but she's not my friend. He's like, but I like hanging out with you too. And I was like, it blew my mind that people are dating people they don't like being around. Because it's so bizarre. But I don't know if women do. I know men do this a lot. Men do have.
Men do it too.
Yeah, yeah.
Women do it too.
People are afraid of being alone sometimes. Situationships just they sometimes situationships, you know, they just turn into that. It just happens, it's a happenstance sort of thing. And so I feel like people, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, you spoke on it earlier, where it's like, we done been together for so long, we done put the time in. I feel like I wasted my time if we don't work out, but you're not working out, and you're not understanding that just because, you know, like you're together doesn't mean like you're working it out. Y'all literally hate each other.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite fucking excuse for a couple. They be like, no, but we put all this time in together. You're willing to put more time wasted into this bullshit? If you don't get the fuck out and subtract the time and go and get
the older generations, they believe this is what they do. This is what they do.
Our age group does it too, and they feel like
they do.
Yeah, this was a friend of mine, and I was just like,
yeah, it makes zero sense to me. Makes zero sense to me, but
we've been together for so long. Yeah.
Like I put so much
10
time.
years. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
You didn't learn nothing in these 10 years.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Exactly.
You didn't learn anything.
Right, before you become a Chrissy.
You ain't learned.
Honey.
They finally got married.
Did they?
Honey.
And living separately.
That makes no damn sense. That don't make no sense.
But that's because of her though. That's not even because of anyway.
Nah, it's both of them. It's both of them.
It's both of them.
Both of them. But if you are, if your first thing is like, why y'all together? Oh, we didn't put the time. No,
that's dumb.
You learned nothing in the teen years that y'all have been together,
right?
And you don't like yourself, so
yeah, truly, because that's so strange.
Yeah, that's down to.
Why would I? You're a masochist, clearly.
Sadist.
And you know the issue I feel also is like I blame. I don't know what men talk about, because do they even talk? I don't know. But when it comes to women, I blame other women sometimes, because you'll come to your mother, your friend, and it'll be like, I want to break up. Oh, but y'all been together so long. So fucking what? I'm coming to you.
Man, Savannah.
Yeah, right. I'm coming to you and I'm telling you, I'm not happy. I want to break up. And you're telling me, buckle down, stick with it. It's like, and if it's someone that's authority in your life, it's kind of like, well, maybe I should stick with it. You know, like that puts doubt in your decision making. And it's like, but I hate this man.
Right. It's true. But sometimes it's them.
It is them.
They are the one that talk themselves out of it.
Yeah.
I am not that friend.
Yeah.
I'm not that friend.
Oh, you don't think I'm not that friend. I will help. Not that friend.
I will help you bleach the clothes. I will put sugar in his gas tank.
I am the friend that's like, maybe, no, I'm the friend that I'm like, see all of the sides first, do all you can do. Once you are done, scorch the earth. Scorch the earth.
Listen.
You need to, because I'm a scorch the earth type bitch. Because once you scorch the earth, ain't no going back. So you can do, I mean, you better give it your good effort.
And some people give it their good efforts for too many years.
I don't mean too many years. I'm not going to let somebody like drag on, like double R drag on. But it's like, do all you can do. And like, once you're done and you come to me again on the like 4th, 5th, 16th time, I'm like, you know what you should do?
Break up.
Burn his mama cottage down.
Do it. Do it because you made him.
Like,
made him.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I get the elders and they're like, sometimes they're like, oh, just work it out because there's a little bit of wisdom and experience where they're like, oh, this is really just like one of the toughest times that you probably will just like stick it through. But also it's like, don't tell me to stick it through when you didn't stick it through with Papa. You know what I mean? Be a good man. Like, so why wasn't Papa a good man too? Because like right now you give a hypocrite, you little old ass bitch.
All right, let me ask you guys. Well, I have an online dating part, but it's necessary. Unless I just do quickly. It's real quick. Okay. Online dating. Know what you want. Do you want sex? Do you want a relationship? Do you want a friends with benefits? Do you want to be the polyamorous situation? Like that like I sent? Do you want, what was it called? A polycule? Do you want a polycule? What do you want? Right? And be clear about what you want. And what you want is not to be judged. If you're coming online to fuck, that's why you're here. Be honest. People are coming to fuck also. Don't try to lie and say, I want this and you don't want that. Don't. Say what you want and you'll get what you want. You don't have to lie to get other stuff. Say what you want and get what you want. These people are strangers. So send that man or that girl a message. If they don't reply, who cares? You don't know them anyway. Send a message. I know that's a hard one for me as well, but send a message. This is online dating tips.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. It's almost anonymous, basically. Just if they don't reply, unmatch them. You'll never see them again. If you do, will it matter? No. Meet them sooner than later. Don't start this whirlwind texting phone call relationship with this person, and then you meet them 2 months in where you have like you've grown attached to them, and then they're like fugly or weird, or they're just there's no person compatibility, and now you're conflicted because you're like, wow, we talked every day for 2 months. They know my life. They were so comforting to me, but now I find them repulsive. Get it out the way. Meet them a week, 2 weeks tops. Find out if it's gonna work for you. If it's not, get it the fuck out of it. Do not waste their time or your time, because they may find you attractive, and now you got to break their heart because you don't find them attractive. It's not worth it. And my last thing I'm gonna say is date people you are attracted to. We've been discussing this for a while, and this is for women because men don't need this lesson. I don't want to men bash because but.
Right. I'm like,
when it comes to dating, I do think men do this thing right. They date who they want to date. They date who they're attracted to. I have never heard a man tell his mans, "Oh, but she's a cool chick," or "Give it time," or "She's nice though." Men don't say that. If he be like that girl's a boot, they be like, "Word." A boot. This is my dad calls ugly girls, but I feel like women are like, "Oh, but he's a good man, Savannah. He got a good job, Savannah." Like, women will make you date ugly dudes because they have all these other, and you're like, "But I don't find him attractive. I don't want to kiss him." And it's like, give him time. No, don't give that nigga no time. If you meet someone who you are looking past their physical and you just like them, because that happens, it happens
for women,
right? But do not date someone who you do not find attractive off the bat. Do not do it, because when he breaks your heart, you're going to feel dumb. You're going to feel real stupid. You're going to feel real dumb.
And guess who's also going to make you feel dumb? Me. I told you not to date his ugly ass. Why? Why did you do that?
Currently going through that.
Why did you do that?
Why?
Currently going through that with several friends.
Because ugly niggas have the most audacity.
One thing they're gonna have. One thing they're gonna have is the audacity.
Yep. I get pussy though. Bitches love me, and they do.
And they do.
And they're stupid. They're stupid.
And they do.
So that's
okay.
What I have for you guys for dating. Can I ask you one question before you guys go? A quick question. Yeah. What are your personal deal breakers? Just like one deal breaker you cannot get past once you're in a relationship. Like, what is gonna make you break up? Like, no matter who is with.
I think it's the you don't get along with my friends, so I can't get along with my friends. Like that's a big deal breaker to me. I can't, because it's like, wait, what? What? No, like I love these people. What are you saying to me? Like I know I went up an octave or two, but like no, that's absolutely, I cannot do that. I hate that because I would never do that to you. Never. So that's my deal breaker.
Okay.
Also money. I'm joking.
Don't lie now. Don't lie.
No. They know. No. Now it might be, if if this doesn't, work out, then absolutely you can't be broke. Sorry.
Yeah. Why?
No, at all. Like at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not.
Made too many sacrifices already.
He's like,
right.
No, not you, baby. Not you.
Mine is if you don't get along with my family. I can't. Especially I hang out with my cousins a lot. I'm very close with my, my siblings and my mom. If they don't like you, it's for a reason. For a reason. So
I think my dating deal breaker is communication. How you communicate. Communicate.
Good one.
Because I'm on my little online dating journey. If it's too much, hate it. If it's too little, can't stand. You have to be able to articulate yourself and your feelings and what you're doing in a way.
And you don't have time to teach people how to communicate.
Right. I mean, there is room for teaching, but I can't do every single basics of how to it's either we click on the communication front or get the fuck on. Not even get the fuck on, but thank you so much. So nice meeting you. Continue.
And yours, Asia?
I don't know. I think it used to be cheating, but now that's apparently status quo. So at this point, I think it is communication. I think it is communication. If we can't even communicate why you want to cheat, you know what I mean? Nigga, speak to me. What's wrong?
Right.
Let's have a conversation. You're not feeling because before you cheat, right? Before you cheat, there was a moment where you were like, this is happening. I want to cheat, right? Speak to me. Maybe we could break up and you won't be cheating. You just be a single nigga doing your shit, and vice versa. We have to be able to communicate, like you said, Ty, how we communicate, but we have to have communication. It can't be this I'm afraid to tell you, tell me. We must be able to discuss things. I don't want to have I don't want to pin all these difficult talks for later, and I'm just finding out later on that you have a whole life outside of me, or you hate me. Because we never discussed it.
Right. And that's the other thing with communication is I have to we have to genuinely like each other. I can't speak on the other person's, I can't speak on his part because you're gonna lie if you're gonna lie. But if I don't enjoy you, if I don't want to kick it with you, get the fuck on. Go ahead, Mr. Charles.
Also if you are I'll just say a Black Republican.
Oh.
Or if you're a Republican, just in general, it doesn't have to be Black, obviously. But if you're a Republican, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
In what way? Because the Democratic Party used to be a Republican as well back in the day.
They sure did. But if you're, let me say, if you are just not into, if you are a Hotep type vibes, you ain't never gonna vote, you're just not.
Oh yeah.
No. I don't have time.
Hotep, and I'm that's tricky. Continue how and what Hotep? Because I feel Hotep somewhere in the
there's truth. There's truth in some of it, but if you can't distinguish the truth between this is just wild. What you're saying is wild. Right. Then that's just no. I can't.
Yeah.
Someone told me, a Hotep told me, if women ate better, they would stop getting their periods.
They're not.
I've heard that.
Dumb.
Or they have better periods.
No, he said stop.
Oh, okay. Well, that's extreme, but
that's like the dude on TikTok who said that men create life, and if they were to, a man can ejaculate his sperm into an incubator and make a baby 9 months later.
Mhm.
This is why I said
that was like, remember? I don't
Eric,
know if you saw this.
give the schools the money, Eric. Give
This is what happens. This is what happens. But that was like, I don't know if you saw this clip of Herschel Walker when he said, you know, as talking about evolution, he said, they said that the man came from apes. And if that's so, how are there still apes?
And the crowd went wild.
The crowd went wild. The moderator was just like, now you might be on something now. You might be on something now. Yo.
And this is what I say, bring back the aristocracy, but like real thinkers. Cause like some people should not, what's the eunuch of the mind? How do you eunuch a mind?
A lobotomy.
Well, he got CTE.
I mean, he got it.
I think he has other things.
Isn't he also
CTE is
mentally...
Yes, I believe so. I believe he is on the spectrum. No, he's not on the spectrum. He is
not on the spectrum, but I heard
he's past the spectrum.
It's a CTE, yeah. But you can't blame that because look at Muhammad Ali. My man, he went through it. And he didn't change up his tune, okay? He
could make anything rhyme.
Can we talk about how Muhammad Ali was actually the first rapping boxer? He was a poet rapping boxer. Okay?
Yes, he was.
And a philanthropist and a revolutionary.
Okay. He did it all.
So y'all know I'm Brooklyn through. I'm Bed-Stuy, do or die. And I just love what this new business is doing. It is in the hood. It is in a very used to be roughed up part of the hood. That's really beautiful. But like y'all have to go to Cuts and Slices.
Yes.
You have to go to Cuts and Slices. It's deep in the hood. I used to hang out there when I was in junior high, and I just fucking love it. And the food is good. It's hood nigga pizza.
It is.
It's not Italian. They're gonna give you a nice doughy dough, some black ass delicious fucking pizza toppings. Personally, I'll skip the oxtail, but the shrimp lobster with black truffle is bussing. Okay,
that shit was good.
And,
we could have skipped the garlic knots for that one. That was.
Can skip the. Listen, they didn't like the garlic knots. I had the garlic knots cold after work, and I was very hungry. And
with a glass of wine.
And I enjoyed it because I said this tastes like the garlic bread that you put in what's that, the Totinos?
Oh,
okay, yeah.
You know the white, red, and green box.
Yeah.
It tastes like that shit, but like just a little elevated because it's like nice and doughy.
Elevated.
It was given. I fuck with it. So I think it was a busy time. So like you go, pay your pay and wait outside for the food to come, and that shit is worth it. It is expensive for a slice of pizza, but if you get the shrimp, lobster, and black truffle, it's worth it.
I also enjoyed the sweet chili shrimp. That was good too.
That was good too. I enjoyed that.
I had the chopped cheese one.
It was
it was busting.
So good. And
I'm mad.
They had a collard greens with mac and cheese.
Wow.
They didn't have that one.
I gotta go back then because
it was good.
Yeah.
It was.
I'll make a trip back.
I also had it vegan. It was vegan, and that also had I think it had greens on it, but it was like vegan greens also.
I guess they changed it up because none of that was available yesterday.
We only had the vegan chopped cheese.
The vegan chopped cheese, right?
They were out, but I just honestly, as I am from many places, Bed-Stuy is one of them, and having been up and down the streets of Howard and seeing what's happening to the hood and it's Black owned, it just feels really good to come back home and see some shit. So I think that y'all should definitely check out Cuts and Slices. Like, it's worth it. Spend your coins. And own, like, and the whites are there too. So
they are.
Go ahead and run it up.
Love seeing the lines out the door. Love it. Warms my heart. Love it.
And it's black. Like it really it was a really good Saturday to see the hood out.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of seeing the hood out, Keoma.
I got y'all.
Game.
I got y'all. So we are in the season. Y'all just heard a deal breaker for me is if you are not aware of what's going on out here and you are going to be out here voting and all that, that's a green flag, actually, if you're, know what's happening. So in the spirit of that, I'm going to give y'all a little peep into next week's episode, which I'm going to be talking about the upcoming election it's everywhere, but for New York, I'm going to be talking about New York. So election day, as we all know, is November 8th. Polls are open 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. What some of y'all may not know is that it is a New York labor law that your job allows you 2-hour time period to go vote. And if they try some shit, Help Me Howard is still available. So you can.
He's still around. That's crazy.
Use that, all right?
I would have been helping niggas. Oh.
And so, but in the event that you can't on November 8th, early voting polls are open between October 9th to November 6th. Write these down, y'all, please. All right, what we're voting for, and I will give more into that and, all that stuff like that next week. We are voting for Senate. We are voting for governor. We are voting for our lieutenant governor. We are voting for a new attorney general. And we are also voting for a comptroller, which I'm going to look up because I don't really be knowing what they do all the time.
They control the money.
They control the money.
They do. Yes, they do. Finance.
While I'm at it, when the census come around, fill the shit out. Stop playing. It is important, people. I'm going to talk about that next week, too, because y'all be getting tight.
I know it was tricky in the past, but fill out the census only because in 80 years, when your ancestors are trying to look you up, I need the records to find my family.
But this also goes to why they're cutting funding in certain schools.
Yes.
We're going to get into that.
Yes.
We're going to get into it.
Okay.
But thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. Asia, thank you for dropping the gems. I hope y'all, I pray all of y'all that are in current relationships that all the green flags resonated. Right. If they didn't, get up out of there. Get up out of there.
Have a conversation about.
Have a conversation. Yeah, you're right.
Let's redefine and reevaluate.
We did have a few yellows, so there's room for that.
Yellows, yes, yellows. That means you can work on it. Yeah, you can work on it. You can work on it.
But the hard reds, just leave. Just block, leave. Don't.
I don't want to leave.
But I gotta go
right now.
Yeah.
It's pontificating, yeah, we back again. To tell your friends, to tell your wretched ass friends. Thought we was gone, but nah, no, we ain't. That you got rid of us, but no, you can't.